Hey, hey, ho ho. Um, um, let's see. Hopefully, you had a good Christmas. We went up to my sister's and spent some time there. But I'm back. A little bit of time. Take these things off so my ears don't get sore. Um, so I'm back in here. I'm trying some experiments. Let's see. Before I start breaking this apart, actually. This is working. Some things that I was in a rush earlier, so I didn't quite get it all done, but I was trying to think, what on earth is she doing? But she's pulling the chain for the fan. When you pull the pole chain, the way that switch works is there's like a little slot the pole chain kind of goes into like this, and then that pulls a switch, but that little slot there keeps the tension on the string, so the string pulls straight, and that little thing is broken off, so now the string is always kinked, and you have to. I bought a new fan for Christmas, but I didn't put it in yet. But I was listening to the bang. I'm like, what is she doing? Anyway, so when I left earlier, it wasn't working because I hadn't set the mapping context. And then, yeah, that's. Oh, and I had the button wrong. Under the inputs for stop flying, I had it set to the D key. It should be the S key. So I went ahead and fixed that. Okay, so now I can basically start and stop flying. So jumping works. If I jump and hit it, it doesn't trigger right away. The thing that checks to see if I'm on the ground, I think, is failing to check to see that I'm off the ground the way that it's being pulled. But I am flying now, and then if I double tap down, allegedly I can fall. Let me get the console log. So flight disabled is true, and if you can see moving, I can't go up or down anymore, but I don't fall. It's weird. The state is not updating correctly. But I don't remember that being a thing in the old build. I remember those being pretty good at recognizing when you're off the ground. I wonder if they changed the detection for that. Because I remember pretty sure in the old version it was a ray trace. And it would just check if you were on the ground or not. It always did it on tick. Because I should totally be falling here. So a couple things I want to do. I want to experiment with the double tap feature to get that a bit smoother, because I don't like what I have to do currently. Like it's fine, it works, but if there's a built-in system, I would like to leverage that system to my advantage. And then the other thing is I need a way of knowing what state I'm in. whenever I make changes. So I need to create a HUD for this. So I'm going to go into my blueprints. I think I'll make a widgets folder. And in my widgets folder, I'll make a user widget here. Yeah, I'm just going to call this it's not really a HUD, but it kind of is a HUD. I'll call this debug states. Debug info. Good enough. Alright, in here I need a canvas. I'll add that to here. And then the canvas panel, I want a text output. So text, I'll just put it here. So I can do this a couple different ways. I can have this one be static and then have another text box that gets updated. Or I can just update the single text box. There's no real right or wrong in doing that. So I think I'll do that. I'll make this text box. I'll have it set to size to content. I'll call this, make it a variable so I can change it. I'll go to the graph. I don't need it to be on tick. I don't need it to be on the event construct. I need to get some stuff. So what do I need to know? I need to get access to the character, but this needs to run in a HUD. So since this is going to be running on the HUD, I can provide a an input for this. So let's make a custom event. This will be I'll say update current state. And this will be current player state. I need a variable. This variable needs to be the player, and it needs to be validated, and this is going to be so Selden should be this. So I should be able to get the object reference on here. Before this fires, it should check if it's valid, but I'm going to do that on the coded side anyway. So I'll probably be okay to not check if valid. For the text itself, I'll get the text. There is a set text option, and then what's going to be set in here is going to be a append. I'll pull it off of text. I'll do which append is it? Append string. So the first one is going to be state with a space. The space actually has to be built into that. And then the next one would be whatever I'm getting off of him. Sorry. Whatever I'm getting off of the player. So off of him, I need to get the current player state. And I also need to get the, where's my HUD? System, where's my HUD? HUD, there it is. In blueprints, under system. Okay, cool. And then in this, I'm just trying to debate on how much of a pain in the butt it is to draw to the screen in code versus just drawing here. But it's fine. All I really want to do here is in the beginning, I need to create a widget. And the widget I'm creating is my HUD debug info. There it is. I need to set it to the screen. Also promote this to a variable. And that has to go to add to viewport. Is add to viewport no longer a thing? Is it? Huh. Somehow it grabbed the wrong one. Okay. And then I gotta make sure that the HUD is currently loaded. We're loading the blueprint HUD. Okay. I'll just do a quick save all in case I miss something. And then we'll hit stop. I need to have the HUD class. I need to create the function on Selden. So here I am on Selden. I need to create a function. This is going to be an eStates function. This is going to be get current player state. And all I want to do is return eState. I'm returning an enum value. What are the rules here? Hi. Are you insisting on being in my lap? You look like you're insisting on being in my lap. Oh, if you haven't met Jer Bear, this is Jer Bear. Come here, Jer Bear. You get to be introduced. You're a big kitty. This is a big kitty. Oh, Jer Bear. Hi. Merry Christmas, Jer Bear. Oh, you're loving life, huh? If you don't know Misty, a little bugaboo, little gray one, at the end of all my videos, she passed away a little bit ago. And she was 21, so just recently, Jer Bear has been coming up and sitting with me, so we'll see. Maybe she'll be the new bug. Alright, so I want to pass along the E state value here. There are some weird rules in Unreal about how I have to return this. I'm trying to remember if it's going to be. Right, data type, name, returning the value. It says eStates is unidentified. Oh, misspelled. Bum, bum, bum. What I want to return is my current state. That took me way too long to get to this, but I do have to. I am under Selden, right? Yeah. It says it states not. Hi, Jer Bear. What's up? What, Jer Bear? What, Jer Bear? You need to be in my lap. I can't pet you if you're way over here. Well, you gotta be in the lap. So why is state unidentified? Am I out? No, that's not. You mind? Thank you. Very persistent kitten. I'm just pushing my hand off the. Rude. I'm using the mouse, regardless of what you think. All right. Did I miss something? Oh, you know, I did miss something. I didn't specify C++ rules here. It's going to be a WOEPV underscore Selden, like so. And then it still says East state is not identified. But I didn't pre-declare this inside of the header file. Whoops, too far. Put that here. And it'll be this. So now I should be able to get this. Yes, and that's being read correctly. Okay. There's something else I need to do. I remember this being a problem in a different game build. These are UTF-8s, correct? I think. They're Unit 8s. I remember there being an issue with returning this type and having it readable in Blueprint. But I might be okay here. It's been a while. But anyway, I need to call this in the HUD code. So where's my HUD at? My HUD H. Do I need to have a constructor in the HUD? Probably. The HUD has a begin play. So I need to have the HUD constructor, so public. So here's the HUD constructor. Then I need to have a reference to the player. So that'll be I'm tired, man. Wow, I can't even think of the macro at this point. U property. I need this to be edit anywhere. No. Edit anywhere. Blueprint read write. What else do I want on here? So edit anywhere, blueprint read write. I really don't need to have it writable in Blueprint, but it's fine. In the category, I can set it up to be references. So I may also have to give the allow private access macro in here. Category, this is going to be references. And let me jump over to, oh, this is fine. This H file should work. Where is Selden's player controller? Do I not have a reference to the character? I should. I probably steal the reference from but I will probably need the meta allow private access. That sometimes is the case with certain references. Let me grab back into here just in case. I'll do a forward declaration for WOE. So I need a reference to him. Read only is probably okay. And then I need a private section. And then a protected section. Alright, so under protected, I need the virtual void. This is going to be begin play. Override. And I may not even need this because I'm running this in Blueprint, but I don't know why that one's angry. That should be fine. That should be fine. The macro should not have any issues here. So open, open, close, close, comma, comma, comma. Okay. Alright, so it's just being a butt. We'll put the constructor over there. Yes. And then we'll also put the begin play over there. And I'm going to steal it from the player controller, I think. So, this is going to be under system, I believe. No, I'm already in system. So W O E underscore player. Why is this box tiny? Player controller. I don't think I need anything special on the constructor in this case, but for the player controller here, we'll say if player or we'll say if player is null pointer. And then we want to get the player controller. I would need a reference to world. What is world under? World is under. It's not under Kismet. Game framework world. Trying to remember where it's at. I can look under one of the other headers, but I'm just trying to remember. We did this over here. Game mode. World is under engine. Where the heck-a-doodle are you? See, I prefer the list. I don't prefer the scroll bar. But it's okay. Engine dot world dot h. Alright, and the way I'm going to call this is player is equal to... I may not even need to do this part, but I can just go directly to world. So get world. And then get first... I didn't do first player controller last time. What did I do? I got a player controller, but I grabbed it from... Why does it keep shuffling these things? I had to get the player controller reference somewhere else. It was in the camera. There we go. So here I used gameplay statics, player controller, and get world. And for that, I had world and gameplay statics. That's under Kismet. So here, include Kismet gameplay statics. Get player controller, and the call was set up. Let's see. Then it's just get world, and then 0 should be the first index. You might be like, well, how come we're not just copy pasting? And the answer is because it's not committed to, I don't have it committed to memory. So I don't want to just copy and paste everything and then fumble through and go, oh, well, this, and that. I'm trying to build the memory repetition because this stuff is stored in all kinds of places, so I have to kind of know. And then if my students are asking questions, like when they're building their stuff, they're like, hey, where is this at? I can be like, oh, it's here, instead of having to, Google it. So it's just... It's a double benefit if I know where it's at. Alright, so this gets the player controller, and then from the player controller, can I go directly to get pawn? on my for declaration for that, let me go and take a look just to double check. Yeah, on the forward I need the A. So on the HUD class, it didn't flag that. That should be capital A. There we go. So that should populate this variable for me. And then any children of this need to get that. So I'll save all, run it. I'm expecting to get an error about the return value for the e-state. I remember that being an issue in a previous game. I don't remember how I solved it. I might have to pull up that code file and take a look at what I did. But we'll know. I mean, if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't run, I'll know in a minute. Yeah, it's running. Okay. Blueprints, system. I'm on the player controller. I want the HUD. Yes. Okay. So the HUD is going. On this, the debug info can take a variable in, and you can see in here, I've got this one, debug info. Now it should already have, if I go to, where would that be? So it wouldn't be under details, class settings. So here's my parent class, default values. Where, oh, where? Yeah, the player is not set. I mean, I can set it, like I can manually set it, but that did not get set. That should be set now. Actually, technically, this only gets set when I hit play. It's empty. Not cool, bro. Because I need to have that. I mean, I can. There's another way that I can get it directly in Blueprint. I can do a cast directly in here. Wonder why that didn't get populated. Let me look under here. HUD. So it says it's populated here. So it looks like this, the blueprint that I'm looking at is not the live version. So that should be fine. As long as it gets populated, it should be okay. Okay, but I need to pass in, where are we at here? On here, this dude needs to have a variable that is populatable. Compile it, save it, I'll pop back over here. Can I refresh this node? I did refresh it, but it didn't pop up. Let me go back to here. I'll grab him. Is there an option to check instance editable? It already is. And then let's do expose on spawn. There we go. And then I can pass in the player variable from here. I will get player. This is another way of doing it. I'm passing it to the child there. And then on the debug info, I can now use this. I want to get... Oh, you know, I did not make this function accessible. So if I do get current, you can see it's not available here. But I have to make it a U function. I'm pretty sure it's going to tell me that I can't. So we'll close this. Where is Selden? Under the H file. This needs to be a U function. And then I believe it's U function blueprint callable, I think is the blueprint callable. Let me look up the thing. Let me take a look at the macro here. Yeah, it should just be blueprint callable with a capital C. But this didn't flag. Blueprint callable. Alright, so go back into here. Let's see if we can get it. You can get current player state. We're going to run this here, and then I should have access to e-states. Alright, so I have literal enum for e-states, switch on e-states. What do I want out of this? I think literal returns the name. Yes. Well, that's just kind of redundant, but maybe. Let me see if I can just plug it directly in. Yeah. Unreal patted me on the head and said, "Good job." And then this needs to be called on construct. So update current player state. We'll call that. This fires. This is basically the begin play of this. So this will fire and call this function, or call this event, and then this will go. And then whenever whenever I need to call this, yeah. It would be better if this were a function in the code that I was referencing here. But it's whatever it is. Stuff's always getting in my eyes. I need to talk to this. So I'm trying to think of the best way to get a hold of that, and this is where a delegate could be good. A delegate does like a broadcast, and then anything listening for it will pick it up. On a small scale, this is why having access to this in code is a little bit better. Because I can have it tied to a button. Whenever I hit the button, it does a refresh. But what I can do is be really lame and put this on event tick, and this would be always getting it. Alright, I'm going to save this. I'm going to play it and see if it gets the first state. If it is, I can't see it. I should see it drawn on screen right here. Yeah, this HUD should be alive. That not save. HUD class is this. That's true. Yeah, it should create this widget. It should add to the viewport. So why isn't it? Big question. Why is it not ready to there? What am I forgetting? What is missing? What we got? Does that widget exist? Let's see. HUD. HUD is there. Any widgets in the game? I don't see any widgets there, but I should be able to test. Yeah, because that should be here. It is possible that it's not getting past the current camera, but it should go to the current active camera. Solid BP, that's being active. So why is that not on screen? Let's hit stop. The game mode got changed? At what point? Alright, I'll just recompile. Still not showing here. Why not? There should be a user widget, yes. I don't know why it's not popping up. It is one thing in here that I can't actually see it. Like I can't fly out of the screen and see it. That would be useful. I don't know where the heck it's going. It was not populating. Let me throw a couple of checks here. Print string. HUD is active. I'm going to do one here. We'll do this one. I'll do one here. These may not fire, but we'll see. I didn't see any of those go. Should see that right here. Go to world settings. Game mode blueprint is in. Those are all in place. Okay. What am I missing here? Alright, so I'm going to break my current system. I need to see if it's a problem. Let's make a standard blueprint HUD. Standard HUD class. I'll create a widget off of this guy. Debug info. We don't need to populate the player, but I do need to add this to viewport. Now I'm adding to viewport and not player screen, but that might have been changed. Maybe they swapped out. Player screen should be to the individual player. Test HUD. So that's running. But it's not doing it from the other thing. So there's something wrong with this guy. Get my player HUD back. Not showing up. Why is it not showing up? I don't understand. I don't know why. I don't know why that's failing. The test HUD works. It is native parent classes HUD. Maybe there's a pre-setup that I'm not doing for the HUD that I need to do. I don't know. I'll just run my test HUD. I don't know why this one's breaking. But since the test HUD is breaking, I'm just going to blueprint the rest of this. Okay, broadcast to Selden Blueprint. I do need to get the player character. And then that goes in here. And that populates. And since I'm doing it in a gross way, why not do it even grosser and just put this on tick so I don't have to reroute any more bits here. Where are you at? Where's my widget? This is so dirty, having it run off of tick. Although I might get some errors since tick happens early. But now, now I'm in flying. Walking. You can see walking is not being set, but I am in the correct state. So that's being updated. Took a lot of spamming to get that to trigger. Now that made sense, me dropping down. That made sense, but I should be in the walking state. There are several things that I don't think are firing that should be firing, but it's whatever. I'm gonna have to tear that apart. So those states are being updated. What else do I need to know? Wow, 11:40. I'm tired. Oh, the thing I wanted to try was testing a different way of doing the inputs. So the one that I have, I'm calling stop. And I think the way I want to do it is, right now I'm doing a tap. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to try doing a combo. And I think last time when I was trying this, whoops, what did I try last time? So whenever I hit the down key, where's my down key? So if I hit down, I change it to completed. Now I have a time to press key. I don't know if I need to set it to tap or not, but we'll do that, and we'll do 0.3, I think will be good. And then I'll get my down key again. Okay. Where's my input action for down? IA down. Currently this is set to hold. I'll just leave it blank. We'll see what happens. So up. I don't see anything happening when I hit down. Let's go back to here on the down. We will set the down to tap. And I'll leave the tap duration as it is. Flying allegedly. I'm not seeing anything on that S key. Mapping context. Combo key. Allegedly the triggers and modifiers are happening here. So down is here. Let's try it on the flying. What if I remove it from here? And I go into here and just add it on the context. Combo. We'll see if the placement of it matters. We'll make this IA down. We'll do completed. And I'll leave 0.5 up. We just want to see if it's happening. That's the up key. Down key has no response. No response that I can tell. Hey, how's it going? Oh, why are you failing? Let's stop. Player controller. Items initialized, okay. Oh. What key am I messing with here? So stop flying. Whenever I hit this key on completed, I should see this. At the very least, you should see this one. Let me turn these off. So all I should see when this key is active is so start, completed, ongoing. All I should see is this tap completed, but I'm going to change this to I'll do stop flying completed. And I'll put these in here. Just to see if those keys are getting any action. They should be, but... Oh, while that's loading up, I'm going to take a nap on the cat. You're a pillow. You are a comfy pillow. You're a purring pillow. Well, game's up. Alright. Let's check. Maybe I broke the mapping context. No. We'll see if those combo keys do anything. They're currently set to tap, so... Oh, helps if I output window this. So for up, I have that. For down, nothing. Again, no triggers on this one. Down completed. What is my button set up for down? Did I even check that? I think I did. I think I set it to tap. Yeah, it's set to tap with a tap duration of 0.2. Let me do a just a simple pressed. S key does nothing. That works. That one does, but this does nothing. I feel like I don't have a key set, and I'm just being dumb. There's no key set. Okay. Well, that would probably be why it's not firing. No key. Maybe I set the combo key, but no key specified here. I think I need to have my down key on my list. So I have S here for this, but I need to have another one. We'll call this IA down. And on this one, I'll specify the key. Alright, so now this one should just be polling the key, and this one should be firing off whether or not we completed one and then the other. Started, completed. So 1 and then 2. That seems to be working fairly consistently. So if I tap, wait a second, tap, wait a second, 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 I've got started. Completed isn't firing until this happens twice. And that's the secret sauce, I think. It's a bit convoluted. I have to set the base key first, but then in there I can do in the specified action, I can call that. So, all right, let's try setting up the double tap functionality. So if I go here, in the stop flying, I'm no longer counting, I'm no longer doing that. All I care about is this. All I wanted was to kill my assassins. Sometimes you get what you wish for. So it did work, the double tap fired correctly. I'm flying, I can go down, and now I'm back to walking. Now I'm not falling, which is weird. It's not setting my state. It is, but it isn't. Because the character state is being set. And actually, I think I'll set up the other key. I'll do this one as start flying. Start flying, nothing in here. Let's go to here. It's too bad I can't change the order of these. It'd be nice. But they realized that changing the order causes problems, so they took that away. This is going to be start flying. And for start flying to work, I need to also have an input mapping. I need the up key. And then my up key is the W key. Okay, and then for start flying, that needs to be a combo. And the first one would be the up key. And then the second one would be the up key. Okay. I'll save that. Let's jump back over into the code. I gotta set up that button. So on player controller .h So those are in. I've got start flying. I need an IA start and stop. Yes, and then I need to populate these out into the world. Yes, create definitions. Player controller. Okay. So the whole scheme that I set up earlier for the double tap, I'll just nuke it. Well, I'll silence it for now, but I'll probably eventually nuke it. This one takes me into that one. So where are we at here? Start flying. On completed, we start flying. And I will get a ulog. Flying enabled, allegedly. This is Start flying, ongoing. These are just checks for those buttons. Alright. I think I'm going to run this, make sure it's working, and then go to bed. And I'll come back when I'm slightly fresher. Because I have some other things I have to fix anyway. Kitten, I'm gonna nap on you. Whew. Oh, I have to set up the context. Not you. That's gonna be in here. I should be in the falling state. What I could do for the stop flying is I could put the character in the falling state and then let the system figure out what happens if they hit the ground. So let's do that. I'll make sure I save this. Let's go to Selden, CPP. Let's make a state for falling. Yes, yes, yes. Idle, standing, crouching, walking, flying. I don't have a jumping state in here. Swimming. Alright, so if I'm flying, I'll be there. Walking is there. Falling is this one. And then I want to switch up. I don't have the thing that checks if I hit the ground, so I have to build one at some point. But at the moment, what I can do is get the ground check and just set it so. Current player state on the return. Change state's not being checked every frame, so I do need a, if I do it, I would have to do it on a tick. Run every frame, and then just check if is falling is true. If I'm falling is... well, I have to check if I'm on the ground, and then I have to check what state I'm in. If I'm flying, then being on the ground doesn't matter. But if I'm walking and I'm no longer on the ground, then it does matter. So I'll just deal with that later. I just want these to fire. Where's the controller? Controller, we're gonna go here, and then we are either going to be flying or we're going to be falling. I kind of think these are partial Maine Coons because they are huge cats, but they're not fluffy. So it's... I'm not sure. But now I should be in the flying state. Yay. I'm in the falling state. I'm going to check the current player state. So, Selden. Default. Land. Movement. Yeah, I'm currently in the falling state. Yeah, this feels like they changed how this system works because in the previous build of this, I think that would work and you would just fall. So however that's being triggered is not being, it's certainly not being done on tick. Okay, anyway, so double tapping seems to work in this method. I wish I could take the credit for it, but I was doing research, so. Whose video did I watch? I watched, was it this guy? No. This guy. Unreal Made Easy. That was his suggestion with the, having an empty slot for the action and then just calling the key. That was his thing. Just wanted to make sure that, you know, people knew where to look. Anyway, it is bedtime. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Solstice. I may or may not have missed one or two or 10 or 1,000.